Hello and welcome to this Synaptic Webline video covering the detailed annuity form. Navigate to Annuities and select Detailed. We'll start by completing the client details, entering their name, gender, date of birth and whether they're a smoker. Life B details can be included by ticking this box. Select their marital status, then their occupation. This uses the Origo standard list. As you start to type, it will return occupations to choose from. Our client is an administrator, full-time. They are currently living in their own home with someone else and will then enter their postcode. You will need to select yes or no to the following questions. The first asks whether your client gives their consent for their data to be shared with annuity providers to return a whole of market comparison. The second question asks whether they consent to providing information that could determine their eligibility for an enhanced annuity quote. If they do not give their consent, it will be treated as a standard annuity quote. You will not need to fill in any medical information and the providers will return a quote based on default terms. If yes, this will open up the medical assessment area. Complete their height and weight details before answering the smoker question. If no, you can continue to the previously a smoker question. Our client is a smoker and they have been smoking since 1980, and yes, they have been a regular smoker for the last 10 years. They smoked 15 cigarettes a day and no cigarettes, rolling or pipe tobacco. We will answer no to the previous smoker question. The client drinks around 5 units of alcohol a week. Moving on to medical conditions, you will need to answer each question one by one. Our client has high cholesterol, but has no other medical conditions. Once you've clicked through, you can click Next to move on to the product selection screen. We will now enter the type of pension fund you are going to use to purchase the annuity. The client has a freestanding AVC and it's a pension transfer. Quote basis can either be by pension fund, which will allow you to enter the amount within your client's pension pot, and the values returned will be the highest annuity amount available based on that value. If you select income, you will need to enter the required annual income amount, and Webline will return a value your client will need in their pension pot to purchase the annuity. We will select pension fund, and our client has $250,000 within their pension pot. Yes, the client will be taking their tax-free cash and it is the full 25% on a level basis. If your client is entitled to over 25%, say yes here. Guaranteed annuity rate. Is your client entitled to this? If yes, there are additional fields to fill in here, but we will say no. If they are also entitled to guaranteed minimum pension and Section 9 rights, set this here. Our client is not entitled, so we will answer no to both questions. There isn't a protection basis, so I will select none. Moving on to payment details. We would like this to start as soon as possible, on a monthly basis and in advance. An IFA reference can be added here. This is an advised sale and the advised type is independent. We will select advisor charging, which is non-chargeable. Before moving on to the next stage, you will see the Save Form button. This allows you to save this form if you would like to gather more information and come back to complete it another time. Your save forms can be found within the Annuities Find Save Form area. We will click Next to go to the medical condition form. If your client answered no to all the medical conditions, you will bypass this stage straight to the quote results screen when you select Submit. As our client has high cholesterol, we will need to complete this before continuing. Our client was diagnosed in January 2016 with the following recent readings: 150, 40, June 2016, and then the next one 165, 45, and in January 2016. They are taking the following medication: 10 milligrams a day, once a day. They started taking this medication in January 2016. If there are any other medication, click Add Medication to complete the details. There are no other medical conditions to continue to, so we will hit submit. Confirm you have read this section, and this will send all the quote form details to the providers and will generate a quote reference for the comparison table. It is worth making a note of this number so you can re-quote this at a later date if needed. Here you will see a list of providers based on the best annuity rate available. You are able to view the remuneration and notes before selecting the product you would like to apply for. You are also able to PDF the comparison report by selecting Get PDF. When you are ready to select the product, click Buy Now. This will generate another quote reference, which is the individual quote that contains the personalised illustration and any key facts documentation for the chosen product. Once you have viewed the documentation, tick to confirm you have read these and click Buy Post to download the paper application. This will give you a PDF application form to apply by post. If there is any other documents that can be viewed, you will see them here.